Support for Musicology comes from the College of Arts and Letters at Cal State San Bernardino, an Inland Empire hub for the arts and humanities, and home to the Robert and Frances Fullerton Museum of Art and Coyote Radio, playing local bands 24/7. The College of Arts and Letters at Cal State San Bernardino. Learn more at cal.csusb.edu.
Sit back, relax, and close your eyes.
Hey there, music fans. My name's Manel Michelle, and you're watching Musicology, where music is life and people are the story. On today's episode, we're featuring only one artist today, the Downtown Rulers with Teddy Lee Hooker, and you don't want to miss it. Keep it locked right here on Musicology. Welcome to the Musicology stage with the Downtown Rulers featuring Teddy Lee Hooker performing their rendition of Can't Get Next to You.
If I wanted to, I can turn a castle from a single grain of sand. I can make a ship sail on dry land. Unhappy am I with all the powers I possess. You're the key to my happiness. Can't get next to you, baby. Can't get next to you, baby. Can't get next to you, baby. Like a bird up in the sky. I can buy the things that money can't buy. I can build a river into a raging fire. I could live forever, baby, if my soul desires. Unhappy am I with all the powers I possess. You're the key to my happiness. I can't get next to you. Oh Lord, I tried. Can turn back the hands of time, you better believe I can. I can make the seasons change just by waving my hand. I can turn anything from old and new. But honey, the thing I want most, baby, is impossible for me to do. Happy am I with all the powers I possess. You're the key to my happiness. I can't get next to you. Oh Lord, I try.
welcomed the Downtown Rulers to the Musicology set. Welcome, gentlemen. It's so nice to have you.
Oh, thank you for having us.
So we have Teddy Lee Hooker here and Lawrence, correct?
Yes, Lawrence Sheldon.
So tell me, how did your band start? I know there's a really interesting story between the two of you, and I'd love for the audience to hear it.
Well, me and Lawrence go back, I think the last time we were together, we were in two different bands, and he used to open up for the band that was in about 25 years ago.
Yeah, 92.
And, you know, he went his way and I went my way. I wound up touring, went to London for almost a decade. I was out. I was doing, for 6 years straight, I was doing 300 days a year on the road. And
so music was your life.
yes, it's been my life since I was 5 years old. John Lee Hooker gave me my first guitar. He's the Teddy Lee Hooker. He came home with my sister one morning, and they walked in the door, and my sister looked at my mom and said, this is my new husband.
Why don't we tell the audience who John Lee Hooker is? Because maybe some people don't know.
Well, if you don't know, he's the blues legend, John Lee Hooker. He was called the King of the Boogie.
The Boogeyman.
You know, he was, before B.B. King and all those guys made it popular, he was like the man.
We were talking, like we said earlier, and you both have some fantastic stories, but you truly had music heal you. You truly had music like recreate your life, recreate your destiny to some extent.
Many times.
You have one very specific story that touched me so deeply, and I kind of wish I didn't ask you earlier, because it would have been great to hear it for the first time, so the world could have seen my expression when I heard it, because I was floored. But basically, tell us the story about your accident and what had happened, if you feel comfortable. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable saying anything.
I mean, it's part of my story. It's part of, you know, I'm a blues man. And when I say a blues man, I'm not somebody who puts on a blues suit and goes, I'm the real deal. I mean, I've lived the blues, and part of that blues was coming out here as a young man when I was 19. Same thing, you know, I'm coming out, I'm gonna get a record deal, I'm gonna tour, and I had all this stuff getting ready to happen. And then I come out of my house, and I had my daughter and my ex-wife and my son were in the car. And we were pulling out and just stopped at a stop sign, and a drunk driver hit me. And he pushed the car into a telephone pole. He killed my daughter instantly, crushed my whole left side. I was in a coma for 6 weeks. And coming out of the coma, when you're in a coma, you don't really,
there's no time,
yeah,
right?
it's like, actually, it was like me looking at that black curtain over there. It's like I could just see myself floating, you know? And that's all it was to me. And then all of a sudden, I kind of just came out of it, and the doctor was holding my left ankle, and he was twisting it around, and my mom was going, "Doctor, what's wrong with his foot?" And he's doing all this. He said, "Well, it's broken." And I'm like, what? And then I hear him telling my mother, "I don't think that he's gonna make it." And I'm trying to tell him, "Oh, I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere." But then I tried to talk, and then I had a trach, and that's when I knew something was different. But all I could think of was, before the accident happened, I had a guitar that I had been paying on religiously every week. It was like my favorite guitar. I finally had it, the money to get it, and I had one more payment to make. And all I could think of was, I gotta get that guitar. I gotta get that guitar before they lower. So I had my nephew told him, go to the job, pick up my check, bring it back here. Now I'm writing this to him because I can't talk, right? Okay. Bring it back. And then I signed the check. I said, now go to the bank, go to the Guitar Center, get my guitar and take it home. Well, he didn't take it home. He brought it back to the hospital, and he held it at the end of the bed, and he held it up over me, and he's like, "Ted, I got it. And then I was like, I'm gonna play that. And I fought myself. It took me, the accident happened the day before my 22nd birthday. And I was until I was about 28 that I actually went back out, and that's when, but the time that I came out is when we wound up hooking up, and that's when I went out and started playing.
And that's inspiration. That's not just inspiration, but it's like, it tells me, and probably the audience as well, that it's a passion. It's something you can't stop. And you were saying to me the same thing, that you had a band, and that You really loved it, and you took a break to raise a family, but you couldn't get away from it. It was calling your name, right?
Well, I never really left. I mean, I never really left the business. I just went behind the scenes as an audio engineer and doing stage sound and lighting for concerts and events. So, you know, I've spent my whole life making the show for the best it can be for somebody else. And then about 2 years ago, I decided that I really wanted to put a contemporary blues band together. And Dexter and Mike, the brass brothers, the horn players, they were actually performing at a show that I was mixing. And I asked them, I said, hey, I've got this crazy idea, let's go out to lunch. You know, I really, you know, I gotta do this. And I said, but we need the best guitar player ever. And they said, well, I think we know the guy.
I think I know him too. It's been for me a total pleasure to have you guys on the show.
Thank you.
I love the passion that you have behind the music. I love the stories behind the music. I love the performance that you gave us. And I just think the world should see you. And I'm very, very grateful that you have graced the Musicology stage. And I know you're not going anywhere yet. We have one more song, and it's Nasty Habits?
Nasty Habits.
The Downtown Rulers with Teddy Lee Hooker playing Nasty Habits up next.
Everything I do is bad for me. Everything I do is bad for me. All my nasty habits just won't let me be. I like to drink, I like to smoke. Say it's gonna kill me, that ain't no joke. Hey, 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 everything I do is bad for me. All my nasty habits just won't let me be.
I like the girls, I like them a lot. But if I mess up, my baby gonna have me shot. I'm singing, hey, hey, hey. Everything I do so bad for me. I can't help myself, Lawrence. All these nasty habits, Lord, they're killing me. Won't leave me, won't leave me. Wait a minute.
me. I can't help it. All my nasty habits just won't let me be. All my nasty habits, I believe they're killing me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, Teddy Lee, and I'd love to meet the members of your band. Can you introduce them, please?
I would love to. We've got Big Mike over here on trumpet, flugelhorn, and a couple other things. We got Dexter over here on trombone, trumpet, and something to drink over there. We got Hector back there on the bass. We got Steve on the drums, and we got Lawrence Sheldon over here on lead vocals and keyboards.
And you?
I'm Teddy Lee Hooker.
All right, that's enough introduction, isn't it?
That's enough.
Musicology. Them be the rocker shaka, brah.
Hey, what's up, team? I'm Indiana Rob in Palm Desert, California, and this is a Josh Homme Musicology History Tidbit!
It's Musicology.
Joshua Michael Homme was born in Joshua Tree, California in 1973 and grew up right here in Palm Desert. Homme's high school band, Caius, used to go out in the desert and throw generator parties, and they became urban legends amongst the people in Palm Desert. Homme's first bands led to the eventual formation of the supergroup Queens of the Stone Age in 1996. Homme and his 5 bandmates have 7 studio albums and 5 Grammy nominations with Queens of the Stone Age and still rock out all around the world. Josh Homme with Jesse Hughes formed Eagles of Death Metal in 1998, right here in Palm Desert, California. He didn't always get to tour with Eagles of Death Metal, but still had love for the band, though it affected Josh terribly. He wasn't with the Eagles of Death Metal at the terrorist attack in Paris at the Bataclan in 2015, where 89 people died, and the terrorists used automatic rifles, grenades, and suicide vests. It was a terrible time. Homme has over 35 guitars, preferring weird Japanese styles and used over a Gibson or a brand new Fender. Josh didn't sing at first, but due to the difficulty in finding somebody to make sounds with their mouth, started singing. Kind of like a trial by fire, he said. And that's the What's Up, Homme Musicology History Tidbit. It doesn't matter now. Just come and love me how, like the way you used to do.
Some rock and roll.
Musicology knocked it out of the park once again with the Downtown Rulers and Teddy Lee Hooker. If you think you have what it takes to be on this show, submit your music to musicologyie.com. And who knows, you might be the next band featured on the stage right here with me. My name's Manel Michelle. Thanks for watching Musicology. Until next time, bye-bye.
Like put it right in front of that microphone right there. Over. Down. Down. Then right. Over there. Right.
Don't listen to
Nick. Screw you.
Keep going this way.
Hello, Musicology here. up, Holly. We're filming right now. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
It's musicology, mate.